It's not a new deal. They had 2 years. He had 2 years left on his rookie deal. They just rolled some money into those years, get that up front, and then spread it over the back end. Because I guarantee you, before this contract is done, it will be torn up and renegotiated. Because there's no way this thing is rolling 8 years.
Well, like I say, this is just cooking the books, right?
Yeah.
This is saying, all right, we can take that 45 and spread it out over a longer horizon here, and we'll be good to go. So Zeke got what he wanted, which was to be technically in some way, shape, or form the highest paid running back in the NFL, but at least guaranteed dollar-wise, which is the only thing that really matters. He has matched what Todd Gurley got. That contract that a lot of people thought in retrospect was a mistake clearly was still the spot where Zeke and his camp wanted to land, and they did.
Yeah, a couple things. Kudos, by the way, kudos to Todd Archer for getting the story. Also, kudos to Jeff Darlington. Look, I thought I was right, but Jeff has been telling me all along, his sources, look, this deal is going to get done. So it's really me following what Jeff was saying. And this is definitive proof that the pie argument was completely bogus. Like when the linebacker Jalen Smith signed, the pie is getting smaller. When the deal got done for La'el Collins, Jerry even said the pie is getting smaller. You know what? It actually got bigger because when they did that deal for La'el Collins, you know what they did? They created almost $6 million of cap space. So when you hear that, just understand what you're hearing and understand that that's just bogus stuff that people put out there to try and put pressure on people. But anybody inside knows once you get these deals, the reason you do these extensions over long terms, you throw a signing bonus up front because that signing bonus is now deferred over the life of the contract, which takes away from the actual cap hit, which means there's actually more pie, not less pie.
To not get too deep in the weeds with this thing, whenever you hear players restructuring their deal, that's what's happening. What they're doing is they're taking a lot of their salary and they're putting it into a signing bonus, which, as Trey said, you can spread it out over the life of the deal. So their cap number actually drops, and they're actually saving the team some money. Here's what's interesting to me, because Andrew Brandt keeps putting out tweets about this, and it is very interesting. And I'm going now to Jared Goff because, oh, by the way, Jared Goff signed a deal bigger than this.
Beans.
Yeah, Jared Goff signed a deal,
so much money.
$130 million in new money, $110 of it guaranteed for the Rams. And Andrew Brandt said after that, when is a quarterback going to actually hit free agency? Think of what they could get if they hit free agency. But what's one of the reasons they don't hit free agency is the franchise tag. So when will one of these quarterbacks or one of these big deals be a short deal that doesn't go past when the new CBA will be done? Thinking, will the franchise tag be gone in the new CBA, and a quarterback may actually want to take a chance at going into free agency?
Isn't that Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins did go into free agency.
Kirk Cousins hit free agency after the franchise tag stint with Washington, and then signed that three. That's why he was able to sign a fully guaranteed 3-year deal, which will be up before the new CBA if he's so. I guess it should be
right. Because it's this year and next year.
Yeah,
so yeah, it will be.
Say, so
it will be.
His deal would be up. So Kirk Cousins continues to be the case.
Kirk Cousins did that and got his deal fully guaranteed.
Correct.
Now go to a quarterback as we go up the ranks. And the guaranteed money, I mean, Jared Goff didn't do that. Jared Goff's new deal is going to go through the CBA. Patrick Mahomes, he still has a couple more years on the rookie deal.
Put some respect on that name.
His
That's
actually
Hall of Famer
could hit.
Patrick Mahomes.
His could actually hit when the new CBA is done if there is no franchise tag. Because just think of that. We haven't. Outside of the Kirk Cousins, you're right. But seeing that quarterback now in this day and age go into free agency with this new big guaranteed money that's out there and what they can do.
By the way, Todd Archer is going to be joining us in about 6 or 7 minutes, so we'll try and get the breakdown from him. Good job on him getting the deal done. But to your point, that's why all these teams are trying to sign these quarterbacks through this next thing.
Sure.
Wentz is through. Goff is through. To the idea that the franchise tag is something that is negotiated away, if I'm the NFLPA, if we're going long-term here into what may happen in the contract negotiation, I'm not sure that's a huge deal for me.
Well, that you're not going to – let me put it this way. Yeah. You're not going to die on that hill.
No way, no chance.
But you can make it part of something else. If it's not going to hurt you in the back end, you can make it part of it. It's not one of the main cogs without question. I completely agree. But it can be something put in possibly with something else you're negotiating.
Right, and the reason we say that is the NFLPA represents, 1,700 players? Is that the number?
I think more.
More
than that.
So in other words, they need to find something that is the best for everybody involved, and the tag is used seven times a year, eight times a year.
Yeah.
So that's why that'll be an interesting one where they see that go. But Cowboy fans, well, let's hear from you now. Let's get on our call-in line, 860-506-5505. The deal is done, and now Cowboys can focus in on what Dak Prescott's deal is going to mean. Because remember, he will be a free agent after this year. He was a fourth-round pick. He doesn't have the luxury of what they could do with Zeke, which is the fifth-year option.
There's no doubt in my mind that deal is getting done before he hits free agency.
How speedily do you think that deal gets done now, right? Because that's the issue going forward more than anything else. We need to find out exactly now when they get their franchise quarterback done, because the one thing Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner and GM, has said all along, we're going to pay Dak. We're going to get that.
Yeah, we said we're going to make them all top 5 guys. Well, we know what Wentz just got. We know what Jared Goff just got. So you have, again, what you have is the parameters. And the expectation is this deal will be a long deal. To your point, Mike, of this is what the Cowboys do to spread it out over time, and something you never see the back end of.
Okay, hold on now. Ed Werder has just tweeted something which is different. He says, source says Cowboys have agreed with Ezekiel Elliott on a 6-year contract worth $90 million. $50 million guaranteed. So
45, 50.
I mean, that's that's a
Potato,
significant
potato.
jump. I mean, 45 was what Gurley got. 50 is 5 more than what Gurley got. So we need to figure this part out, because if it is $50 million in guaranteed money,
this is also what happens at the beginning is we get all these big numbers with the just nameplate of $50 million guaranteed. Right. How's that broken down? Injury guaranteed, all of these other differences that will ultimately decide what the actual guaranteed value of this contract that we probably won't find out for a week, because right now the agents want to make a headline.
Right, exactly. And you have how much is in the first couple of years of this, you know, because now it is in total an 8-year deal to go with the last 2 years of the regular deal before the 6-year extension kicks in. So how much of that in the first 3 years of this deal? But listen, this goes down to he should be the highest paid running back in the league.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.